Some ministers have already met representatives of the yellow vests, but have they actually managed to calm anything down?
Well, not as of yet. Good morning, Isabel. The French government has indeed been organizing these meetings between representatives of the government and representatives of the movement, the so-called Yellow Vests movement. And the energy minister met with two representatives on Tuesday. And the Prime Minister, Edouard Philippe, is set to host Yellow Vest representatives this afternoon at his office. But the difficulty here for the French government has been to actually identify who speaks on behalf of the Yellow Vests because of the nature of this movement. This is a grassroots movement that doesn't really have a leader per se. And so it's been really difficult for the French government to actually engage in negotiations with the demonstrators. And they say that the meeting on Tuesday, for example, was extremely disappointing. Whether or not Edouard Philippe can actually come up with something to propose to them and to change their minds about that demonstration on Saturday, for example, is anyone's guess at this stage. At least for now, they do have a list of demands that was posted on social media on Wednesday, a very wide and ambitious list of demands that includes, for example, the scrapping of the French Senate and for French voters to propose and vote on legislation themselves.
And Annalise, I can see barricades behind you, a police car. There are obviously security concerns and concerns over violence since last Saturday's protests, which broke out into violence. What have authorities planned?
Well, I'm currently standing on the Champs-Élysées, the stage of those very violent protests last Saturday, and with less than 24 hours to go until another protest is expected here in the French capital. Police are not wasting any time. I'm going to step aside just to give you an idea of what they've been working on here this morning. They've been erecting barriers alongside the entire avenue that is roughly a kilometer long. They are going to be setting up IDs and bags checks throughout this avenue. So whoever plans to come here on Saturday better come prepared and with a lot of patience, because they will have their IDs checked, their bags checked, and the police, the Interior Minister, is announcing that at least 4,000 security officers will be here on the Champs-Élysées, plus the entire Paris police. And the idea, of course, is to avoid a repeat of the scenes of violence that occurred here last weekend.